Last night, Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler had a back and forth. It started with Chandler's ESPN interview. He went on to say Conor says one thing, USADA says another. Conor likes to publicly be in spats, whether it be Dana here and there, sponsors here and there, people who it doesn't even make sense for him to be picking fights with, different weight classes, different organizations, all kinds of stuff. It's all just a big show. I don't know what the understanding is. I could see it very well being just 2 clean tests. I have no problem with it being 2 clean tests. I could care less. If you do 2 clean tests, sounds to me like you're clean. At this point, who am I to say what the stipulations are? I'm ready for him to be cleared, or at least get that answer. At this point, we don't have an answer. I think Conor, to his core, really is romantic about combat sports. He loves it, and I think he's got an ego the size of Texas. He needs to get back in there and continue to feel that rush, feel the crowd, acting like he's a god for those 15 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever it may be. So I think he's coming back. It sure would be a huge stain on his legacy, leading everybody down a road, making people think that he's coming back, and then kind of chickening out at the very end and only doing it for the publicity. That, to me, screams insecurity and trying to stay relevant, rather than seeing through to your commitment. Conor replied via Twitter. He quote-tweeted the interview. He wrote, "You're getting crushed, pal." Someone tweeted these 2 photos at Conor. One is of Michael Chandler working out, and another is Conor McGregor chugging proper 12 out of the bottle. Says, "This is crazy to me. The duality of man." Conor replied, "It's proper gorgeous storytelling is what it is." Conor also had some words from Manny Pacquiao last night. MMAfighting.com reports that on Wednesday it was reported that Paradigm Sports, the agency that represents Conor, won a legal battle against Manny Pacquiao after a judge ruled that Pacquiao was in breach of his contract following recent bout negotiations between Paradigm and Pacquiao falling through. Manny Pacquiao is ordered to pay $5.1 million to Paradigm and is also responsible for at least $2 million in attorney fees. On Twitter, Conor wrote Manny owes $8 all in, $5.1 he owes, and then $2.9 in legal fees. Legal fees are heavy, but that's what we do. Heavyweight operations. Artem, you already owe me 2 rounds of court fees awarded by the judge. There will be a punishment put on your home as this progresses, because I know you won't have my legal fees. I will have no choice but to take your home. You're a mad thing, LOL. Silly c***. This MMA Twitter account responded to Conor saying you won't see a penny. Conor replied, "I'll blow his head off with a backhand and bare knuckle." The Twitter account replied, "You'll do nothing." 8-time world champion in 8 different weight classes. Pacquiao is a fighting man, the likes of which come around every 500 years. You are no Manny Pacquiao. Dosser. And Conor replied, "Yeah, no, he's awesome. He still owes the dough." Jorge Masvidal sends a quote-unquote job application to a marketing agency called TheMomentLab.
Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. After fighting. Retired now, and I've been thinking, what am I gonna do with my life now? Well, I came across this website, and then a lot of people talking about it in the streets as well. TheMomentLab, and I'm applying for the executive director of execution. No, I'm playing creative department, right? 'Cause I'm like super duper creative. You wanna know how? Okay, when I was a little kid, I was like, I'm gonna be a fighter. I'm gonna do all these techniques with this creative juices in here, and then put it out there, right? So I did that, and you know, I'm not fighting no more, but I still got like a lot of ideas and stuff. You guys are doing great things, but I think it could be a lot better if you just hire me and just pay me my outrageous salary. A couple things. Once after you hire me, I gotta get paid in cash under my mom's name. My dad and my mom both need like dental and medical insurance, and then a couple other things here and there, you know. But yeah, as your new creative director, I accept the position, and thank you guys. I'm very honored. Thank you guys.
Demetrious Johnson made an appearance on the Believe You Me podcast this week. Mighty Mouse gives his prediction for Henry Cejudo versus Aljamain Sterling this weekend.
So, you know, obviously I'm going for Henry, but the biggest thing that Henry's going to have to overcome and battle through is him being off for 3 years. Aljamain Sterling is the bigger bantamweight and taller, and I do give Aljamain Sterling the grappling advantage. Now, grappling is different than wrestling. So if Aljamain Sterling is able to do what he does best, which is get on people's back, lock up that body triangle, flatten Henry out, beat him up, and look for a choke, we can see, and still, we can see Aljamain Sterling beating Henry Cejudo. So Henry's got to go out there, be fast, use his footwork, use his feints, and, you know, use his wrestling to get where he wants, but ultimately look for that knockout. Like, that's what Henry needs to do. And Aljo's got to be unorthodox. Wild punches, wild kicks, push the pace, get him against the cage, and try to get his back.
If Aljamain Sterling can't take down Henry Cejudo, can he still beat him?
I don't think so, no. Henry's too fast on the feet. He moves better on his feet. I mean, obviously it's a fight. Fight's a fight. Anything can happen, right? But Henry's so good at judging distance that I think Aljo's going to have a hard time dealing with the way Henry controls distance.
Looking forward to it. I can't wait. So hold on. So you're giving mixed emotions there, but who have you got? you just gave a case for both men. I'm like, so who's winning? You got Henry?
My first pick will be Henry Cejudo. My first pick is Henry Cejudo. And that's a biased pick. I mean, even though it wasn't, it's a biased pick. But when I look at the two athletes, they both can absolutely win. Like, they both have the skill set to beat each other. But what I gave before giving my pick was, as an analyst, which I hope I can do after I'm done fighting, is when I look at them, it's like, okay, well, these are the strengths and the weaknesses of both these gentlemen. In order for Aljo to succeed, this is what he needs to do. In order for Henry Cejudo to succeed, he needs to do this. This is what's going to happen. My pick is for Henry Cejudo.
Nick Diaz got into an argument with a recording artist from California.
Chill. When he talking about, oh, you don't know who they are, you know who it is. I don't give a down, bro. That ain't calming it down. Look at, bottom line is you're going to be all right. We don't want any problems. I said that. Right. I'm trying to resolve the situation. Hey, honestly, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? Do you want to talking about? We're good. Everything's fine. We're leaving. Because I don't get down like that. Like what? It was an accident. What you mean? You talking about, do you want some? What are you talking about? I said, you're going to be all right. Are you going to be okay or what? You said, do I want some or what? I said, what is it that you want? Oh, that's what you said. We don't want some or what? Look, everybody, what are we talking about here? It was an accident. Come on, let's go. Why are you trying to make a I'm not trying to make a big nothing out of it.
And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post future ones. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. The first one says, John destroys Izzy. That fight doesn't even make sense. The second one's from Sax5389. Says, I mean, let's be real. John would destroy Izzy, not even close. And the final one's from B Wilder46. It's in reference to the footage of Aljamain Sterling taunting Henry Cejudo at the Fighter Hotel. It says, Aljo is like a psycho ex you try to avoid but pops up everywhere you go. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured on the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. If you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen to get caught up. And make sure to go subscribe to our second channel where we post our exclusive MMA interviews.